All right, today is Valentine's Day, 14th of February 2020. It is 3:30 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time, and today's analysis reflects gold, XAUUSD. So, gold and silver. We're going to take a look at silver as well. I have some very good insights for you guys today because I'm seeing some fractals and basically this translates into higher probability for the next best interpretation and directions for the precious metals. So without further ado, let's just stick with this weekly chart on XAU USD. So gold on the weekly chart. So from September, basically September 2011 all the way down until November 2015. I'm labeling this as an A, B, and then a C wave on the downside. Of course, this can actually be a B wave and an ending diagonal in the C, but still something has really ended right there. So the way it bounced on the upside, I'm labeling this in an A, B, C with an ending diagonal in the C and a triangle in the B wave. Okay, so we have basically the triangle right here, and I'm suspecting this to actually be an ending diagonal. This obviously translating into the fact that gold might not be done on the upside, okay? But the next move that I would expect would be a complete of a correction, and I will show you why on the daily chart. But let's say, for instance, in my personal opinion, I believe that gold has actually potential to reach all the way up to 1735, but it can actually touch the 88.6%, the Fibonacci retracements of that previous cycle drop. So basically, it can go all the way up there, 1820. Okay, but we're not there yet. This is a weekly chart. It's going to take some time for this ending diagonal to unfold. Okay, so let's just shrink these things down. So let's shrink it down to the daily time frame. Now, on the daily chart, you guys know that I've been able to basically predict this rise on gold, right? And I've been tracking the entire rally. I was present all the way up, all the way until the tops, right? How I did this was basically with this fractal right here, basically reflecting into this smaller piece right there, because it's a fractal. For those of you who don't know, and this is what this video's topic is all about. A fractal is basically a self-repetitive pattern. It's actually resembling a previous sequence. Okay, so this was a bigger on the bigger scale, this fractal, but it appeared again on a smaller, on a smaller scale. So after that, we had a violent move on the upside, a rally for XAUUSD. So this is indeed the daily chart, right? So after this complete rise, then we had a corrective cycle. And I've been able to track this, of course, and feed my members with constant updates on the website, etc. Okay. Now, after that, after the correction was indeed done, I became bullish again. All right, and this is basically because the fractal reoccurred. It's as simple as that, and I will show you basically, because I've noticed that on the smaller time frame, and I will show you basically what it is. So right here, okay, right here at the bottom, I was expecting a reaction on the upside. I was indeed cautious for the descending channel because there was a pattern in which, let's say for instance, this had a chance to drop one more before the rise, but the upside was very much in play right there. As you can see, this view was bullish. So what I would expect next for gold, and we're gonna go on the 2-hour time frame. I'm gonna show you basically this move right about here. So what I would expect is basically, let's say, if you take a look at this turquoise boxes, right? I'm expecting another fractal, but this time to be this sequence. So as you can see, I moved this here. Okay, so basically I just copy pasted, yeah, just like this. I took it from here and I just moved it here, but there's no point because I have it already. Okay, so let's continue. Now, previously we had basically a drop, corrective, complex structure, a corrective on the upside, drop, complex correction on the upside, sharp drop, and now again it's doing this. Okay, so this would reflect this piece right here, and for us to really go into a deep down inside the pieces of the puzzle, with these pieces of the puzzle, we'll basically need to zoom in the lower time frame, such as the my preferred one, the 2 hour time frame. But before we do that, okay, let's just take a look at these trading signals. So let's say, for instance, um, this one from basically in December, when gold started the actual rally. So let's take a look at that one, how it actually occurred. You see the time of the post, November 27, no voodoo and no stuff like this, okay? And I was expecting basically the upside, and basically to see if this should be, people should hold to it and just go for the long run. If it breaks out or not, you can see the levels exactly right here. So let's see how it's actually panned it out now. Obviously, we're gonna load these new bars right from the time of the post, and these were the entries right about there, and this was the fractal in that running flat correction. Okay, so let's just wait for these things to load. Okay, so from that, those were the actual entry points. Okay, so right about there, it basically rallied on the upside. Okay, and as you guys can actually see, it went way above the target. So this was the point where when we actually realized that it has longer, much more room to go on the upside. So enough of that. Okay, now what I'm actually doing right here, let me just go to the smaller time frame on this gold chart. All right, now this is a 2 hour time frame for gold. Now the point behind this is basically, let's, because this fractal on this 2 hour time frame very much resembles, and I may be really precise with this, because we had, as I said, we had basically, because before we had this drop, we had this drop right here, followed by this corrective sequence right here, which was basically this corrective sequence right here. Then we had another drop, and we had a drop right here. Now I'm suspecting this to be basically um, hovering around, waiting to touch some important fibs right there. Not saying that it can't go down right now and basically bridge this. Of course it can. That hence the reason why I posted basically some orders and entry levels, etc., for this for the gold. Okay, so you can actually see them right here. They were posted yesterday. So let's just go on these orders. Okay, now this is the post from yesterday, February 13th. Okay, and by the way, if you want to see how I, in a time lapse, how I've been able to track the entire rally from summer 2019, you might as well watch this 3-minute video. Okay, so basically this is yesterday's post with the entry orders. It's a bearish post right here. You can have the levels right about there. Not sure if you can see them right here, but hey, you can check them on the website. Now, in today's updates, and this is something that I'm basically going to give you as an extra, as a bonus. Okay, we'll continue with the gold chart and gold analysis, but let's just skip over the forex pairs. Okay, if you see this gold and silver, they do actually have the entry points right there, etc., orders, but this is not about that. This is basically about, let's say, for instance, about the indices and what's happening globally. Okay, we all know that they've been booming and so on and so on. I'm suspecting this to actually reach a top, the US indices, S&P 500, right here on the 4 hour time frame. So regardless if this is a B wave or something, I mean, this could be easily be a 4, A, B, C, 4, and then ending diagonal in the fifth wave, etc. Okay, it's going to have a bearish divergence. Clearly, after a diagonal, we should see a violent reaction right there, which means that this could actually turn bearish and just, smash anything in its path. And the reason why I'm saying that is because of the VIX, the volatility index. And I'm going to show you something really, really cool right here, okay? As a fractal, right, this pattern right here, this correction very much resembles this one, okay? And also, this rise resembles this one, because we had a top, bottom, something higher, something lower after. Guess what? top, bottom, something higher, something lower after. So I'm suspecting this to go here, down here, and then the spike. And this spike, of course, will resemble the um, fear period, fear sentiment. So basically, after this and this would actually occur. Okay, this translating, of course, into bearishness for US indices and global indices, actually, because we're talking about a spike in the volatility. Now, let's continue with the XAU on the 2-hour time frame. All right. Now, the point is the point here is like this. It's very simple. Um, I explained to you guys the fractal behind this. Okay, there are some fibs. We already hit the golden ratio 61.8. We had a reaction, but I'm suspecting that, and knowing gold, it might want to touch basically to retest. I actually want to touch 1585, something like that. Okay, so that's a level for you guys to actually watch, and I'm going to be watching for, of course, a bearish divergence right there at the end of the diagonal. So basically the unicorn at the end of the rainbow. Okay, so in other words, the next best interpretation for me would be a bearish view down until, let's say, 1515, 1510, something like that. Okay, and then I would be turning bullish, just like you've seen on the daily and weekly chart. So just like this, I mean, just like gold has this fractal, I'm going to show you something really, really cool on silver, because silver is actually even cooler when it comes to the pattern, right? You know, inside it, because this little piece right here is actually this little piece right here, and it actually finalized in the same way in an ending diagonal. You can't see it because it's smaller, but it's right here, and I'm gonna show it to you. Basically, you're gonna see it on the lower time frame. So this for me is a breakout. Okay, now this of course would actually finalize just like you see here on the fractal. Basically what I did, I took this and I placed it here because this is the sequence, and I'm suspecting that this is actually not the top, and we're gonna hit something really high in an ending diagonal as well. So this is not basically the end of C, this is one of C in an ending diagonal, but piece by piece, one piece at a time, you know, slow and steady wins the race. So basically, let's say this top right here represents this top, this bottom, this bottom, this top, and of not that much, but hey, you know, like something like this, and then shooting for the upside. So this is a daily chart on the on silver. All right, but let's just go to silver on the 2-hour time frame and check this out. Check it out. I mean, this fractal very much resembles this. Okay, so after this correction, and you can see how I'm labeling this, right? This correction, I'm labeling it in an AB with a complex structure in B. It's actually a triple free, so basically W, X, Y, X, and then Z right there. Okay, and then the ending diagonal in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC in each leg, of course, it's an ending diagonal. So basically a 1, 2, then an A, B, C, 3, and then 4, and then 5. So regardless if it's going up right now, no problem. This is a B wave. It can actually go right here because this being like this, A, B, and then C, it can actually want to touch this fibs as well. So I'm not going to be really afraid of this move. It might be the overshoot in the fifth wave as well, right before it starts, you know, dropping. But anyway, I posted some levels right about there. Now, if you want a free membership, that's available as well. It can be done, okay, via the trusted brokers and the brokers reviews. I do prefer to recommend XM as the trusted source, and this is obviously because better trading conditions. Links in the description. Check it out, y'all. You might want to get that free membership. Now, if you want more advanced services, then take a look around in the shop, etc. One-on-one sessions, whatever. If you're interested in the invest fund, managed accounts, and so on, just check out these sessions, this section, sorry. and check out the details there, right? That's about it for from me for today. Until next time, as I say to all my traders, stay in the green and many pips ahead. Bye for now, y'all.